when it comes to AI, both sides are using it. Defenders are using it to protect themselves. At the same time, attackers are using it to make their attacks more sophisticated. What kind of Gen AI driven threats are you actually seeing out there, and which ones keep you up at night?
I'll focus my answer on that third thing we have to defend, that externally facing uh, service or capability from an AI. And so, one of my favorite resources is OWASP for anything that's on the edge, public facing. The first one was the OWASP top 10 of just web vulnerabilities. APIs became rampant and they put out a specific model for APIs. They've already put out two versions of a large language model top 10 vulnerabilities. So these are the top 10 things that are allowing people to successfully attack it. So if you go out and look for a large language model OWASP top 10 2025, you'll see the details. I'll just cover highly. The first two things is you want to protect your inputs in your prompt. So there's prompt injection and system prompt leakage. So you want to make sure that your system isn't allowing those to happen. Next, you want to protect your data model, the integrity of it. And so, you want to avoid data poisoning and supply chain vulnerabilities. You want to put behavior controls. You don't want bad outputs. You don't want, the wrong things going out. So you want to put improper output handling, sensitive information disclosure prevention, and misinformation, sometimes called hallucinations. And then the last category is, system and automation resource management. So, this is very expensive to run some of these models. So you have excessive agency, unbound consumption, and vector and embedding weaknesses. And so, if somebody attaches an API to yours and downloads your whole model, they've basically stolen your IP. And so, you want to have visibility to prevent this. And of all of these, this is one of the areas where Akamai has capabilities. We have this AI firewall. The other thing that was on the first large language model list, but not the second one, it was stopping DDoS attacks. So you still need, your API protection and your DDoS protection. And that's another service that Akamai is well known for. But, between DDoS protection and the AI firewall, if you are going to offer a service, most people are finding you need something specific. A typical WAF is not going to be able to get API or AI specific attacks as the general rule.
Being part of Akamai, you have this unique visibility into what's really happening across the web and the edge. What trends or attack patterns are you seeing as AI systems are becoming new targets?
So, yeah, we're seeing a lot of threats out there. AI bots are on the rise. We have services out there, Fraud GPT or Worm GPT, our criminal AI, Gen AI services out there. And we're seeing a lot of them, if you're from attacking a different country, it's hard to get the social engineering nuances right. Gen AI is making that a lot better. If you want to build a bot army, do you need coding skills? Well, vibe coding is allowing, coding attacks to be written by much lower skilled individuals. Overall, I would say the biggest thing we're seeing is a huge increase of AI bots. And these are attacking continuously. A lot of this is built around scrapers. So, harvesting information, having huge impacts on industries like publishing. And so we continue to see innovation where people are using the AI to conduct traditional attacks and using the AI, as we talked about earlier, in an agentic way. So the AI is actually running the attacks.